Let's consider now the threefold order of social renewal. There are three rays of human activity: the cultural, political, and economic, that are motivated by what we call the linking sentiments, those being liberty for the cultural ray of human activity, equality for the political ray of human activity, and fraternity for the economic ray of human activity. Now, it is very, very important that these three rays of human activity function independently. If they do not function independently, then the dynamism of the three will be compromised. The three rays of human activity must inform but not define how these mutually function. Now, let's consider the dynamics of the ownership of resources, the means of production, and products. First of all, natural resources have no ownership. No one may own the natural resource. They are the common inheritance of all human beings and should be available for the benefit of all. Likewise, art, discovery, and invention of human creativity should be supported by the community, and the benefits thereby should be also accessible and available to the entire community. It is expected in this realm of cultural productivity that an individual will be supported by the community, and according to their merit, reap benefit according to the merit to society of this art, discovery, and invention, receive some benefit. But the art, discovery, and invention essentially belong to the community by virtue of the liberty that is given to the artists and inventors and discoverers to produce this cultural wealth. Now, let's look at community organization, public works, and services. Community organization, which is a resource to each individual, as well as public works and services, should be commonly owned. They belong, again, like natural resources and cultural products, belong to the community. In this case, each person should be compensated or allowed access to community organization, public works, and services according to their need, out of the principle of equality. Now, last but very important, we consider individual experiences and commodities produced by individual enterprise. Now, by individual experiences, we mean such the inner life of each individual that produces cultural products such as art, discoveries, and inventions. These cannot be owned by another person. One's own creativity is one's own property, and out of that property, of course, given an appropriate liberty, one can produce art and invention. And so individual experiences, of course, are individually owned. Now, commodities produced by individual enterprise, we must consider the individual ownership of these less the cost of production. Based on the merit that any commodity has, the society will lend its labor, its means of production and infrastructure and natural resources to the production of those commodities. So the livelihood of the labor must be compensated for, and the maintenance of the means of production and infrastructure must be compensated for, as well as whatever is necessary to conserve the natural resources that may be involved in the production of a given commodity. But beyond the cost of production, we can say that an individual has ownership of the commodities that are produced. Now, the intention of these linking sentiments, liberty, equality, and fraternity, with the rays of human activity, culture, political, and economics, as well as the dynamics of the ownership of resources, the means of production, and products, is, of course, to meet the goals of the 5 principles of the progressive utilization theory. Those being the provision of equality and equity at the distribution and accumulation of wealth, the maximum utilization of resources, the maximum utilization of human potentialities, and the balance at the utilization of resources and potentialities, as well as the adaptation of productivity in response to time, place, and person. Toward achieving these goals, these linking sentiments as a way of adjusting attitudes, and these dynamics of ownership we feel are necessary as a starting place toward achieving these 5 principles of the progressive utilization theory.